Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
everybody, good day. We're gonna get started in just a couple minutes here, just setting up, and we're gonna get started, okay? Hope everyone's having a good day and ready to rock and roll in just a couple minutes here.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
Recording in progress.
Hey everyone, welcome to Stocks Network Trading. Thanks everyone for joining. My name is Ron, my partner is Dave. It is 11 a.m. Eastern. It is Thursday, December the 4th, and thanks everyone for joining. We appreciate you guys. We had a fun session last night during Live Tokyo, and I just want to briefly talk about the type of volume we were trading last night and the setup after the call. So guys, this is a very familiar setup. This is one of like an A+ setup with what we got here. So this was Live Tokyo last night. Okay, we started 6:30 and we ended the call around 8:30. And this was the move coming down. And we sold this move coming down right into here. And then it came right back up. And then you can see that this purple line was a very important area we were watching. And if you bring the zone down to like those bodies and you make it red and you stretch it into the future, this is what we were watching. We were looking to see if there was going to be a double top, and there's the liquidity grab. You see this candle right here. This was after the call, unfortunately, at 8:45. We were done the call, but when it was coming up here, there was a sniper in the YouTube that had a pending sell order right here at 4214, but you can see what it can do. It broke out. This was the big blue candle breaking out, so it grabbed the liquidity, right? So that's part of a liquidity sweep of a higher time frame area. So there you can see the wick, and that was a big blue candle. And remember, it takes 5 minutes for this time frame to close, and they rejected it down, and look at where it closed, right at the lowest point as a shooting star. So this is what I call an FU candle. I don't want to swear here because it is probably daytime and maybe you guys have your kids around, but that's an FU candle. So basically what they're saying to the buyers is FU. You know, like they brought it up there, they swept the liquidity, and now you see how the movement pushes down, and there's no wick on that shooting star candle, and in the next bar is ignited bearish. So it didn't even have buying attempt to come back up to test this or go back up. They already established their dominance, and then they pushed it down. And then if you keep cutting each one of these candles in half, you can see that one right there where I'm going to cut it at the 50%. When this one came up blue, didn't come into the 50%, continue push down with a new lower low, and then look, another one. What time? Starting at 9 p.m. And that's when they really redistribute it all the way down to the bottom down there. So that's a particular pattern you guys should all be familiar with. There's the one top, came down. There's the neckline right there. That's when we sold down into that neckline. There was a green box there last night, and I secured 80% down there. I left 20% running, but then you see right at when the futures market opened up, it came right back up and hit my runner. But thankfully, I took out my 80%. Then you can see it coming slowly back up to the double top, and you have your move right there. There's what you got to be patient. You got to be looking for your clues. Do you guys understand? I know I'm taking time out of our session right now to talk about this, but this is very important, guys. This, you have to add this in your playbook. Whether your playbook is taking a screenshot of this right now, or you're writing this down and you're memorizing this. However you learn. Some people learn by memorizing. Some people learn by writing things down in a journal. I memorize by just kind of taking a snapshot in my head and knowing if I see this. And then the same exact opposite. So if you find a double bottom and the second bottom sweeps the liquidity and it's another FU candle, but it's a hammer candle, the opposite, that could be your go-to leg, that it's going to be a strong leg going up. And if you continue to follow the volume, that's a pretty significant big black candle. If you cut that one in half, that's why. Put that music in the background, that OT Genesis and Young Dolph. Play that song all day when you're trading. When price gets too high, you got to cut it. When price gets too low, you got to cut it. Look at right there. Cut it 50%. Look at how it came right back up, right into that point of control, and it continued with selling volume. Again, if you cut this big black candle, look at the wicks. 50%. Wick, 50%. Wick, 50%, continue to move down. And you could have kept selling with this movement all last night. This is a pretty significant black candle. Cut that guy in half. Right there, cut it in half. You see how it came up again, back down. There it came up. There was a close above and a little bit of a fake out there. That's where it kind of held above. Yes, you could have got caught in a buy up there, but then it kept going lower high, lower high, lower high. So it's showing me the buyers can't even advance it above that wick. The buyers can't advance it above that wick. Then the sellers closed it back below there. Continue to push it down. Look at when it comes back up. Red line, back down. There's the push. And look at when it comes right back up. There's another big blue candle that kind of faked out the buyers. Sellers brought it down and boom, they kind of clean it back out. And you could have been playing this game all night. Like there's 50% of that candle. Then finally, now we see volume is closing above. Now it's retesting the red line, holding it as support and kind of around here. This is London session. There was the break at 4 a.m. There's 3:55. They bring it down. Here's your clockwork. 4 a.m. They bring it back up. And now this is kind of where gold is trading. So it's above the red line, got back up here, pulled back down to the red line, going back up for new higher highs, coming back down. And this is where we are right now. So does that make a little bit of sense, guys? Is the market confusing today, Mohammed? If it's confusing today, then days are going to be confusing in the markets. That's where you got to take it easy. That's where you got to lower your risk. Maybe you got to not trade today, okay? This is where a lot of retail traders get destroyed in these markets because they see that it's really tough, it's consolidating, it's arranging, but then but retail traders keep going in, keep trading, keep getting mad, keep over leveraging and create a disaster for themselves. This is where you have to be very smart and either walk away or cool off or lower your risk or wait for a potential A+ setup. You don't have to trade every single candle. Do you guys understand this? We talk about this every single day, and this is what destroys retail traders. This is what used to destroy me years ago, but I've learned how to overcome that. I've learned, guys. I'm sorry. So it might not be what you guys want to hear, but if you want to hear what you need to do in situations like this, then maybe listen to me a little bit instead of just worrying, are we buying, are we selling, are we buying or selling? Just relax. Take a deep breath. Think about, did you review your losses today? I'm going to assume you didn't. You probably took a couple losses and all you're looking for is the next trade right now. Did you go back and review why did you lose? Did you learn anything from it? I'm not trying to be your dad here, Top Duck. I'm not your dad. I am a father of 2 kids. It's good enough. I'm just trying to give advice. You know, I'm not trying to be anyone's father here, okay? Just trying to give you advice as an experienced trader. Whether you take it or not, it's not my business. I'm just trying to help you guys, because you guys come on this call and say, Ron, I've blown up my account. Ron, I'm struggling today. Ron, help me get my money back. Can you guys at least maybe learn a little bit? Can you guys go back and learn from what happened today? I can't help you with that. That's where you got to help yourself. Okay, so this is how gold is trading right now, but we're not going to get right into it. I know it's going to piss off a lot of people, but that's fine. If you don't like it, then go to another channel. We got business to do here. We got to go over our news, right? News drives the markets. I'm not a silly trader just to go in and trade and not knowing what I'm trading into. So today's date is Thursday, December 4th here. We had our unemployment claims today. Were you trading at this time during when the US released their unemployment claims? If you did, then figure out what happened with if you were trading at this time. Look at the numbers. They were predicting, these are our weekly unemployment numbers week over week, 219,000 from the 218. It actually came in 20,000, the number lower, 191. So it's green. That means that 20,000 individuals less this week from last week applied for unemployment benefits. That's great. That's good. That's good for the US dollar. That's good. We don't want to see this number going up. And then if you read how significant this number is, up here in the week ending November 29, the advanced figure of seasonally adjusted initial claims was 191,000, a decrease of 27,000 from the previous week's revised level. This is the lowest level for initial claims since September 24 of 2022. So this is more than 3 years now. So this is really significant in the unemployment numbers when it was 189,000 3 years back. Okay, so that's good. And if you made some mistakes trading at that time, review what you were trading into. Our session, we don't have much going on this afternoon, but tomorrow, to wrap up, guys, we're going to have some U.S. news at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Guys, we're changing tomorrow's session from a post New York to a live New York at 7 a.m. Eastern. So I'll talk about that when I get to the schedule, but we're switching up the time, okay? And then earnings, guys. Does anyone pay attention to earnings anymore, or am I the only one that pays attention to earnings on this call? Today, this morning, before the open, you had Dollar General. Remember what I've been hinting about? Dollar stores kind of dictate how you and I spend our money. Most of us can go into the dollar store and buy our things there. Even in a rough economy, even in a recession or a depression, I'm sure that we can still afford a few items at the dollar store. Dollar store did really good. Look at it. So this was last quarter. So you can see more people are shopping at the dollar store when times are rough or there's inflation or like Walmart has maybe increased their prices. We flock to the dollar store. I do, okay? So I'll admit it. Whether you want to make fun of me, I don't give a shit. I go in there and I buy 2 chocolate bars, 2 O. Henrys for $1. It's not bad. Why go to the grocery store, the variety store, and pay $2 or $3 for 1 chocolate bar? Remember, when price gets too high, I cut it in half. I live by that philosophy in my life. So the dollar store cuts a lot of things in half. Look at the earnings per share, 92 cents. They killed it, $1.28. Look at their revenue, 10.6 billion. They beat it, 10.65. Growth of almost 5%. Look at the surprise, almost 40%. Were you guys surprised at this? Guidance was good. I wasn't surprised by this, so I had call options on Dollar General because everything I talk about the last couple months led into me buying call options, and they are in the money and they're doing really well. One of my call options is up 150% right now, just on going into earnings. Why? Because I kind of played out that scenario. Dollar stores are always going to do good. I haven't seen dollar stores really dumping. So that's how you can trade corporations, companies that you're familiar with in an option chain. It's not that difficult. Okay, do we have any other big names? Look at the Canadian banks. CIBC, 2x their revenue. We were talking about financials. TD Bank, this is who this is my personal bank. This is who I trade stock and options with. Look at it again, they 2x their revenue. Bank of Montreal here in Canada, almost 3x their revenue. Okay, so banks are doing good, and when they're doing good, they increase their dividends to shareholders. I am a shareholder of TD Bank, and I got a dividend increase by them because they're performing very well. So when the banks perform well, then they give their shareholders a little bit of the profit sharing. Here it is in the news right here. TD Bank raises the dividend, reports lower Q4 profit. The bottom line was weighed down by one-time restructuring charges. So TD Bank is up 1.5% right now on their earnings, plus they increased their dividend for shareholders like myself, or you can even be a shareholder of these companies. All of them actually did. Here's BMO, Bank of Montreal. They raised their dividend on their fourth quarter profit. Also CIBC, they raised their. So guys, when you're looking to make a little bit of a dividend portfolio, make sure you have a little bit of financials in your dividend. Make sure you have a little tech that gives a dividend. Make sure you have an oil and energy security that gives a little bit. Enbridge Gas is a fantastic dividend security. I for the life of me, I love that thing. I've had it for over 20 years, and that's part of my retirement. The yield is 6 to 8%. Every single year, and for the last 27 years, Enbridge Gas has been raising their shareholder dividend year over year. So that's how you got to kind of, if I know some of you guys are not looking for investing or retirement right now, you guys just want to scalp, but you got to think also, there's not just scalping and intraday trading. What do you do with those profits that you make? You want to reinvest it, and you get your money working for you so that you can work less as you get older, and then you can live off of those dividends to pay off your what. I'll go into that, how I use Rogers and things like that. I use Rogers dividend to pay off my Rogers cell phone bill. I'll get into all of that, but I know you guys are not interested in that right now. So what else is going on in the news? Let's see. Trump is always in the news. He could decide next year to withdraw from the USMCA. That's the United States, Mexico, Canada trade deal. That, in my opinion, that's not good. If US backs out of the Mexico Canada trade deal, that could be detrimental to all of North America. So I don't know. I'm not the president of America, but that's not something I would be doing if I was. So that's today's news. And on our Discord, guys, we sent out a few signals over here. Let's just see this updated right over here. If you need signals, trade ideas, we can provide those for you guys. Here's one on NASDAQ, moving up 35 pips here. This was right out of the gate at Wall Street with NASDAQ and US30. Just more specifically, US30 right out of the gate. They pumped right up. Why? Maybe could have been something to do with the earnings in the after hours yesterday, and how some securities in US30 are performing right now. So also commodities, we're looking for some sells right here below 4,200. It's pushing down. There's the move breaking down right now. Okay, just continuing forward, guys. Thanks to everyone on YouTube. We hit 90,000 subscribers last night on our Tokyo session, so I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed. All 90,000 of you, thank you guys. I know a lot of you guys are not on the call. Some of you guys subscribed 5-6 years ago when we started. Trading is off and on. Some people come back a couple years. Some people give up trading, but whatever it is, just say we want to say thank you to all of you guys, and we're eyeballing our psychological 100,000. Maybe we'll get there in the new year. Okay, and then on this free Telegram channel, you have all of the links available to join us on our live sessions. This is recaps of Dave with the snipers in the Zoom, nailing that big boner candle right there for 100 pips on one 5-minute candle. That's if you're trading Wall Street, it can happen. If you're on the other end and you're selling that thing, it could do damage to your account. So you got to know Wall Street is a whole different beast when it opens up. You have to really manage your risk at that time when you're trading. And this is congratulations to everybody for the 90,000. We appreciate you guys. Some shout outs to some snipers last night on the Tokyo session. There was that setup, guys, we were talking about on the Tokyo. There's that big FU candle, swept the liquidity, shooting star, ignited bar, below 50%, kept going down and just kept dropping. So too bad it was a little later. We were looking for a sell on our Tokyo session, but you see the proof of the second leg is the leg with the more powerful volume. We sold this leg down, but then you see it came right back up, and in the second leg with the liquidity grab kind of solidified that A+ setup. So this is what you got to kind of picture in your head and look for these setups. Do they always happen? No, but when they happen, you got to understand that's a great setup. That's the trade you got to be patient and disciplined to take. And when it presents itself to you, you can't be scared. You can't have scared to take it, right? As long as you're managing your risk, everything is good. Okay, so this is a free Telegram channel. It's pinned at the top of YouTube for you guys. Finally, This is our website to everybody right here. If you want to join the team, we'd love to have you guys on the team. Lots of education available. Everything we talk about on these live sessions are more in more in-depth analysis here through courses, webinars. You can basically teach yourself because education is powerful. Okay, it is very powerful. You can literally teach yourself a new financial skill that can hopefully change your life. While you're learning this, you can also learn patience, because maybe you need to take a little bit of a time out of trading and just start learning. And I can tell how impatient some of you guys are, because when you get on this live call, you don't even allow me to even release today's news, because you're just like, Ron, are we buying? Are we selling? Are we buying? Are we selling? I don't know. I have no idea. And I don't do well with you type of traders, because you guys are very impatient and you're not willing to learn. So you're not really what we want to invest our time in. There's other groups for you guys. We want people that are dedicated to actually learning the art of skill of trading and want to do this for the rest of their lives. Not for just the next 5 minutes, but for the rest of your lives. So if that's you, we respect you guys. To the other traders that are just coming in here and just begging for buys and sells, it kind of turns me off, and I hate that. It shows how lazy you are. It shows how you're not putting in any work. Some of us are working 6-8 hours a day, and then you're just coming in here looking just, for a signal. Sorry guys, we got too many guys in here that are working their asses off on a live call with me, on a live call with Dave. They're in the Discord, and they're taking their time educating themselves on the website. And those are the guys we invest our time in. Those are the guys we really respect. So shout outs to those guys, and to the other ones, I'm sorry guys, but life is not about that. Just, you got to work hard. Okay, so thanks everyone for joining. Welcome everyone on Zoom. Sergio, Justin, thank you guys. Welcome. Timmy, you see that sell last night? It developed a little bit after the call, but so you just got to kind of see what's going on in the markets. But you had the right idea. Mo, welcome. Kira, thank you for joining. Rob, welcome guys. Bruce, good morning. Okay, so before we get into this, we released a blog over here on stock splits. Okay, I know some of you guys, probably 50% of you guys, are not interested in this. I'm not going to go over this because I know it's going to waste time and you guys are going to get pissed off. But if you ever were wondering what are stock splits, here it is. There's type of stock splits. There's forward stock splits. These are healthy stock splits that corporations do. If you guys remember, Netflix just did one a couple weeks back. Netflix was trading at $1,100 per share, and they did a 10-to-1 forward stock split, and now their share price is down to $110. So this is the reasoning behind it, why corporations do this. Apple did it, Tesla did it, Bank of America did it, all of these things. So this is the reasoning why companies do it. There's also a reverse stock split. This is where it kind of dilutes shareholders. This is not the healthy way of doing it, but there is a reasoning why companies do reverse stock splits. And this is the reasons for conducting stock splits. It's to improve liquidity, broaden the investor base. It's for index inclusion if they want to get into NASDAQ or like the Dow Jones or S&P 500. Advantages to shareholders and disadvantages to shareholders. And then the notable examples, Apple did a 4-to-1 split, if you guys remember, back in August 2020. Tesla executed a 5-to-1 stock split at the same time, August 2020. This was just right when the pandemic started. A lot of these corporations were doing forward stock splits. And then there was a reverse stock split with General Electric, GE, in July of 2021, where they completed a 1-for-8 reverse stock split, and that kind of diluted the shareholders. But the reason why they did it was they're boosting its stock price and improving its image among blue chip investors. Okay, so I don't want to get into this, but I see some of you guys are not interested. No worries. Then if you're not interested in stock splits, no worries. I'm interested in it because I won't get into it why I'm interested in stock splits, but I like passive income for the rest of my life. Some of you guys are just, you guys are true scalpers and just want to get into this right now. So let's get into it, okay? So first thing is, we got to do a top-down analysis. I know some of you guys are going to get pissed off. Oh my God, I don't have time for a top-down analysis. Let's just trade the next candle. Sorry, it's not the way how I trade. Go to another group, right? You're not going to dictate the way how I trade, right? You're not going to change the way how I learned how to trade over these years, because I know you guys that have ants in your pants. I used to have that, and that's when I lost all my money. I'm not willing to go through that journey with you ever again. I went through that. Years it took me to recover and get my money back. And I'm not going to let you guys drag me into that with you guys. So I'm here to help you get out of that if you need to get out of it. But you're going to have to learn these type of ways how to be patient. And if you can't do it, then I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to break someone's heart here. You're not cut out to be a trader. Flat out. That's it. Unsubscribe from this channel, say Ron's an asshole, I don't care. I'm telling you the honest truth. Whether you want to hear it or not, I'm telling you, if you're not going to be patient, if you're not going to be disciplined, if you're not going to manage your risk, then you're not cut out to be a trader. You're going to go through years and years of losing money and getting mad and blaming the stock markets. But only one to blame is yourself. When I was losing, when I lost everything, I didn't blame anybody. I blamed myself. And if you're not cut up for that, then stop trading right now. I'm trying to save you years of money and heartache. But if you're willing to overcome that, that's what you got to do. So stop being a big baby and grow up and get your shit together, and let's learn how to do this properly. If you're not cut out for that, then go find a different job to do. Then trading is probably not for you. That's why 95% of traders fail. It's that mentality. Sorry, the 5% that make it have a different mentality, and that's what you got to have, okay? And so welcome everyone on YouTube. Thanks guys for joining. Welcome Justin, number one. Thank you, brother. Thomas, Mohammed, welcome. Thank you guys. Mohammed, we provide signals over here if you need some signals. Enis, welcome. Thank you guys. Welcome. CS369, welcome. Thank you guys. Okay, let's get into this. So we're going to start off with a top down. I'll go a little bit quicker on gold daily. Okay, did you guys follow where yesterday's daily candle opened, closed, how high it went? Did you guys follow what's going on with today's daily candle? Or yes or no? That's a simple question. Yes or no? Did you guys do any analysis on yourself or no? First thing is, do you guys see anything? Yes, I do. I see this every single day. I see gold's all-time high right up here. And I'll answer all of your questions for you. In Forex, it says 4382. That's the all-time high. If you're trading futures, someone's going to say, well, Ron, why does this number not match up with mine? Well, you're obviously trading you're trading futures, okay? So you're trading a whole different market. Futures moves ahead of time. That's why it's called futures. So your futures all-time high might be 4,400. But if you look at the price action, the daily candlesticks, they probably look similar, okay? I can't change that the numbers are different from this chart. That's not my job. My job is to show you that price action is very similar. I can show you that if you look on the futures chart, you can probably see this same type of pattern. So if you stretch this into the future, what do we got? We still have the all-time high supply zone that has not been tapped into. Maybe it's making its way up there, but it hasn't yet. So from the all-time high supply, there was a big, massive structural bearish candle. Is that a candle that we can identify? We can figure out the point of control of it? Absolutely, we can. How do we do it? Go to the opening balance, closing balance with your fib tool. And I have it set up where it just gives me exactly what I need to look for. The 382, 618, and 0.5, okay? I showed that last night on our Tokyo call in the settings, how to configure it to have it looking exactly like this. If you want, I can show you guys too, but it's gonna take 1 minute out of the time, and some of you guys maybe don't have the patience to wait an extra minute to learn something. But there it is. So you see what I did there? I figured out 50%, okay, perfect. At 50% of local points of control, what do? I put alerts there. Add an alert, create it, perfect, I got it. You'll see a clock show up right there. Now I found the point of control right there. Now I stretch it into the future. So you can see when we came right up with this big massive leg up, what did it do? It came right into 50% in that point of control. Bears are still in control, and they pushed it back down. So that's telling me that they are protecting the all-time high. This is the block in the market. And look when you stretch again into the future. So look how many days we've been trading in here. Last Friday we traded in here. We kind of opened Monday, made a new high, came back down. We closed with volume right below 50%. Tuesday, we was bearish, came down in there, picked up buyers and closed right below it. Yesterday's candle was bullish. Look at where it traded right up to the yellow line and continued push down and closed right below there. Today, when we follow today's candle, you see it opened, it was initially bearish, and now gold is flipping back up, okay? Guys, I'm going to try and avoid the YouTube chat as much as I can, unless it's really good questions, because some of you guys get a little silly at times, and you guys make us lose focus here on what we're doing. So try and understand what we're doing here. If you have questions about this, that's fine. But if you have questions, silly questions that I can't help you out with, you got to look somewhere else, okay? Now, see the bear flag right over here. You got to be able to identify patterns. There's a bear flag, and bear flags have a high probability of continuing to move to the downside. You can see right here when Monday opened up, it dropped it. So even that candle, if I'm just trying to cut that candle in half, very simple, opening balance, closing balance, because that is the resistance right there. And then you can see when it found its bottom, right here, it bottomed out, and it came right back up. What did it trade right into? Look, there's the neckline, right at 50% of this candle. And then you had the second leg pushing down. So this should have been where sellers broke it down and pushed it down. But you see why double bottoms are important in markets, because that double bottom prevented gold from breaking down further. That's where the buyers came in and established it's not going down any further. There it is. And the second bottom, I've been saying this every single day for the last 6 years, the second bottom traditionally has a higher probability of moving up with 2x the volume. And there's the evidence of it. There it broke right through and closed above. So this yellow line now with the volume closing above becomes support going forward. And then you can see right there, support, support. Yes, there is impulse wicks down there, but look at where the volume closes and look at what it retests, the yellow line. So right there's a clear example of how this shit works. Now, when I see the double bottom, I can see what held it up. It was this big bullish ignited candle on the daily right there. If I box it in, make it green, and I stretch it into the future, you can see the wick came in there, a wick came in there, and there's how the double bottom was created. This is extended into the future, because if it ever comes back down there, that could be another location that I could be looking to go long on gold right in there, but it's not there yet, okay? So this is where we're trading now, up inside here. Now, can we do something with this big bullish candle? Friday, it's a very significant candle. Mondays and Fridays are very important in the market. That's why weekend analysis is so important. I know some of you guys are just sleeping on weekends and don't care about trading, but weekends is where real traders are made. It's the shit that you do behind the scenes that nobody sees. It's the work that you put in on the weekends, and then you test everything Monday to Friday, and hopefully you do a good job, and then you earn yourself a paycheck. That's what's important about doing on the weekends. I'm not saying to spend your entire weekend on charting, but at least allocate 1 to 2 hours. Like, just stop watching Netflix for 2 hours on the weekend and dedicate 2 hours on the charts, and that could make you that much better of a trader. Honestly, I'm telling you the truth. Yes, you might have to give up going out on a Friday night with your friends, but this is where real traders are made, on the weekends. Don't take away from your family. Don't take away from that. But if you're done partying, if you're at the age where I'm at and you're done partying, then enough is enough. Then start investing in yourself. I actually love charting on the weekends, believe me. I can do this with you guys, but sometimes it's like therapy where I just come in. Look at now, okay? Do you guys see what I did? Cut that big bullish candle in half right there, yellow line, and found the point of control of that. Is the volume currently above or below this green box? Now we can see how it impulsively broke down. I guarantee you that caught sellers on Tuesday this week. But then if you waited for the bar to close, look at it, got a wick and it closed right above there. Again, next day open, bullish, 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 but it's struggling at that 50% marker right there. And then sellers pushed it right back down. Look at today. Okay, so today we opened and it was initially bearish where we came down. That was during future session going into Europe, right? When we get to the 4-hour candles, you'll see exactly which which session took it bearish, which session brought it back up. That's when we start dissecting today's daily candle. We'll know exactly. But there's our lowest point of the day. It was a big bearish candle bear, and then the buyers stepped in right there. Where? At that psychological auction number, 4,175. And is it higher than this day? Yes. So technically we have a higher low printed in the market from this, and it's still trending up. The sellers brought it down there, but they couldn't advance it and break for a new low. So that is technically a higher low. Buyers are bringing it right back up to the opening balance. They flipped today's daily candle into a bullish pin bar. We've already kind of hit a high of the day right now, 4,220, and there is a little bit of a wick. Remember, this was our analysis from yesterday. Remember, I marked up 4,220. You can go back and look at yesterday's call, why I marked it up there. So if we continue to advance out of here, we're still backfilling this wick, but right there was an opening bearish price. So I'm going to place a yellow line at this body. Why? Because that's where this body opened, and that's where that daily body closed. So one yellow line there. I'm watching 4,230.31. If it continues to move bullish, we're filling that wick, but we might find some sellers right there. Why there? Because that's where that big daily bar opened with sellers. So they might be there again. If it continues to advance out of there, then we're just filling the wick right up to 4241, right up there, okay? So our daily candle has flipped bullish right now. Now what we got to do is figure out, look at the pattern on the daily candles. It went up and it came back down, and now it's going back up. So this is like that 5-minute setup we had in the Asian session. Is it going to come all the way up here? Is it going to break for a new high? Is it going to come up here, maybe go down with a lower high? Is it going to be like this? Then there's your M pattern. Then you're waiting for a look. I don't have a daily black bar closing below there. Eventually, if a daily black bar closes below there, we'll flip, we'll invert this green zone red, and there could be the sellers are in control, and then they start breaking it down. Where I would be looking at 50% of this big bullish candle right in there, and look at the number, exactly 4,100 on the dot, right there. Okay. See, cut that in half, 4,100. There's your psychological number. Okay, I could even make my chart grid system if it starts breaking down, but right now we're moving up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go cut today's daily candle into 4-hour bars. Go to the 4H. Remember this congestion we were talking about during yesterday's session? Bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. Came up bullish, they rejected it back down, went down bearish. This was right there. This is what we were trading kind of last night. Remember? Right there, 6, the opening, and then right here was kind of representing the futures market. There was the drop that created the lowest point of the day, and then we came back up. Here is now Europe. Europe provided some bullish volume where it came down, higher low, came up, higher high, closed, and then right here was a big indecision 4-hour candle. It was bearish, 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 picked up, higher low, and came back up right up to there. Sellers pushed it down, closed as a bullish spin top. Give a little bit more emphasis on the buyers due to the blue volume, maybe like a 60-40 split that buyers are in control. And then you see how it opened right here. This 10 to 2 p.m. candle has opened, came down, higher low, higher low, higher low, respecting the lowest point of the day. Buyers are filling it back up. So look at, they're backfilling that wick. They've also created a new high, the highest point of the day, and now it's getting rejected. So we still have strong bullish volume. If you're trying to make sense of all of this shit, what pattern do you see? I see this. If you don't see it, go outside right now for a quick minute, smoke a joint, and maybe you'll see this too. See where it came up one leg and where it came down? All of this green box, consider it one bottom, and now look at the leg coming back up. So we got to continue to fill that wick and that wick in order to get it up there. And if we get blue volume kind of closing above here, we could make this support, and you could see maybe gold continuing to fill this big red zone and break out here. But we still have to acknowledge that there was sellers here that pushed all that blue volume down. There was sellers here that pushed all that blue volume down. There was sellers here last night that pushed that blue volume down. So there could be sellers still in this zone here that could push this volume down. And then again, we're consolidating in this ugly area, okay? So 4-hour candles are building their way back up. Let's look now individual hour bars. Now we can break it down individually. I can see what time it was when we hit the lowest point of the day. It was midnight last night. Then we started to come up 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Here's London, 3 a.m. drop. They picked it up when? The 4 a.m. pickup, the momentum change. Brought it right back up at 4 a.m. Then we just had some dead volume at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. They brought it down. Here's COMEX now. This candle was strong. Remember, we had unemployment news. And then here's kind of Wall Street where it opened and was strong, closed. We opened 10 a.m., came down, back up, closed. And right now we're continuing to be bullish on this hour. So our hourly candles are in a little bit of an uptrend, making higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, and a new higher high with 24 minutes to go on this hourly candle. And it's trading at the highest point of the day, that purple line. So we got to watch now in the next 23 minutes. Our seller's going to continue maybe to push this thing down. Our buyer's going to continue to fill it up. Will it make a new daily high? Will it close above here? We've got points of interest on the hourly where it could go to, but more importantly, a daily point of interest right there at 42.30. Okay, so right now it is considered to be bullish, but we still have a lot of this was an hourly candle that was very bullish Wednesday at 10 a.m. and then they pushed it right back down. Again, when we started our post New York session, 11, that's when they pushed it right back down. And it's followed by a big bearish engulfing candle at Wednesday at 9 a.m. So even if it comes up there, we still have to acknowledge there's a lot of sellers still inside here, okay? So now when we break it down to the scalping minutes, the 5 minutes, this is what we see. This was kind of last time the 5-minute candles traded in here. And look at it. It was Wednesday, 8:30, came up, one top, neckline back down, came up, second top. There's your drop. It came back up, lower high into this, still below the daily point of interest. Continue pushing down. Then we consolidated all through here. This was that drop we had, if you guys remember last night. We were trading it, we were watching it. And since then, it's been building back up. Higher low, new higher high. Respecting this higher low, new higher high, respecting this new higher low, and we got a new higher high. But right now we're struggling at the, look, right at the purple line, wick, wick, wick. So now it's coming down. So when you acknowledge what's going on the 5 minutes, they came right up to the daily high, and now they're getting pushed back down. So we got to figure out where's the neckline. Is it going to be right here? And then we're going to find buyers bring it back up. Are we going to find a double top and a drop, or all of these things to consider? But right now, this is what we got going on. So there was this big bullish candle, 11.05. And look, if we kind of cut it in half, you kind of see where the volume was kind of stabilized and held. So this red line could still be support if it comes down to 42.10. This is where there could be a neckline, but it's just representing these 5-minute candles. Deeper down inside here, this is where I believe it could be, down into here. So if we're looking to buy, we could either buy this red line. It would be a better buy down in here at 206. Best buy would be down in here at the yellow line at 4196. But if you're not looking to buy or sell, what we're doing is we're observing, we're watching. I know it's hard for some traders to watch and see what's happening, but we maybe have to get ready because this is one leg up, one leg down. So we got to figure out where the neckline is. Where is it going to consolidate? And then are we going to get one more leg coming back up, maybe breaking for a new daily high, or it's going to get rejected there as a double top, or we look for clues, right? Okay, so let me just add the daily bar indicator beside us so we know there was our opening price right there. So if I draw, let me do a white line here just to represent the opening price and represent kind of the hourly. So you see when the 5-minute candles came to that opening price, went back up, came there, went back up, came there, went back up. So what happens if it comes all the way back down there? That could be a good buying location. 4202 if it gets down there. That's where maybe the neckline is. See how this red line has not held up? So those were just 5-minute bars. They're not tough. They're not strong. They're just lower time frame. Bigger, higher time frame might show us where there's more strength, where there's more pending orders. So it's continuing breakdown. It's closing in 20 seconds. Will it close below this red line? Will it catch a wick and go right back up? This is what we got to watch for. I'm just going to pull up my spreads, take a look at what's going on here. I have a spread of 1 right now. Normally I like 0.4. It's kind of 2 times more the spread I like right now. Okay, so did it close below that red line? Yes. So it did close below that supporting level on the 5 minutes. So if it comes back up blue, it might get a quick wick and continue drop. The previous wick is not that long, but it opened bearish ignited, so still has maybe some room to continue to push down. Okay, so maybe we got to see where it will kind of consolidate. Will it come all the way down in here? Will it just build right here and start another leg up? This is where it gets tricky. This is where we got to observe to see where we'll kind of bottom out and consolidate a little bit. Do you guys have any questions about that analysis? Does that help out anything? I know maybe these indicators help you out. 9 EMA, we are below the 9 EMA. The 200 EMA is right here. So see how the 200 EMA is creeping up close to the opening balance, okay? So if we're looking to buy, we have confluence of a 200 EMA, we have a good opening balance, and we're close to a daily point of interest, okay? So it would be best to wait in here to buy as opposed to buy right here. We have a signal on gold right here. Selling at, let me just bring this up here. At 42.15. Okay, so there's the upper resistance at 220. Now we got that push coming down right now. Okay, so 220 right there, the highest point of the day. This is the push down. So it's still making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, ignited open, continue with that new lower low, okay? I'm not in a trade right now. I'm personally just waiting. Are any of you guys in a trade? Are any of you guys currently holding a buy? Are any of you guys engaging in a sell? Sidelines? Are you guys looking for a potential sell setup, buy set? What? Everyone's gonna have a different bias. What's everyone on this time frame? Don't tell me. I hate when guys tell me, Ron, I'm looking for 6,000 on gold. Okay, we're not looking. We're not investing in gold today. We're just looking at this structure right now. Okay, I know someone will say, Ron, it's gonna go to 4,500. I don't think it's going to go to 4,500 in the next 5, 10, 20 minutes. Okay, we're talking about this right here. So when I understand, when you say bullish, I'm thinking something like that coming up. When you say bearish, I'm thinking maybe something is going to go down like that. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm not thinking where it's going to go to the all-time high and things like, because we're on the 5 minutes. I'm not on the daily or the weekly candles. Okay, so it came down, found a wick relative to this green box, now coming back up. So now we have 1 minute and 20 seconds. So notice how the momentum of the candle has flipped. This was a big bearish ignited candle that came down, and now look at the buyers bringing it right back up, going into the close, where it's trading right at the opening balance of this candle. So now it's like a fight of the opening balance right here. So who will close this thing out? And now we're maybe figuring out the neckline might be close to this red line here. Good. Mancom. Thank you, sir. The mistakes I used to make in analysis have improved a lot ever since I started following you guys. My trading has become much better, and now I do my analysis the same way you do. Good. I love to hear that, because now I hear that you are analyzing, and the analyzing has made you improve on your mistakes. Thank you. Guys, let's all congratulate this man and say God bless to him. He's actually taking time to analyze and has improved on his mistakes. That's what trading is all about. And it takes some time to learn how to do this. Keep keep learning, keep polishing up, keep finessing, and you're going to improve on more and more and more mistakes. And then once you start managing your risk too, and doing all of these other things and having discipline and goals, you're going to see how much better your trading is going to get. So great job. I salute you. And those are the traders that are going to do really, really good in the future. I appreciate you. Thank you. It's a breath of fresh air reading that. Because all we hear here on a daily basis is I full ported my account. I lost everything. I'm losing everything. I full ported. I over leveraged this, that. I'm not doing any analysis. What's the next trade? What am I doing? Am I buying or selling? It's just chaos. So thank you. I like to see someone that has a little bit of structure in their trading. It's very refreshing. Please explain that 9 EMA. The 9 EMA is this green line, and what it is a technical indicator, and it's telling us the last 9 bars, how it's printed. So see where the line is? The volume is below the 9 EMA, this green line. It's telling me that the volume momentarily is bearish because the last 9 bars, if you count them, is right here is the average. It's below. The 200 is more of a higher time frame, this purple line. It's telling me that at the 200 last bars on my time frame. So the last 200 bars of 5 minutes. If you go to the daily and I look at my 9 EMA, you see on the daily it's above. Okay, so on the daily gold is still bullish, but on the short term, on the 5 minutes, this green line is telling me that it is momentarily bearish, right? So which time frame are you going with, right? This is more for short-term scalping, or are you going for a higher time frame, okay? We've got a lot of tutorials and courses explaining all of these indicators, okay? I'm not an indicator trader, so I'm going to be straight up with you guys. Normally when I'm trading, I don't even put these indicators on my chart. I follow my top-down analysis. I put these for you guys. I don't necessarily use these things. Because what I do is I cut that big black candle in half, and you see where the resistance is? It's at exactly 50%, and it coincides right now with where that 9 EMA is. Okay, so maybe we've figured out a consolidating area right in here. If we kind of make this area neutral, this is where we got a little bit of a fight between sellers, buyers in here. So this could be where the neckline is. So the buyers are building it back up, maybe to advance another leg coming up. But if it does come back up, you know that we're trading near the highest point of the day, and sellers already are starting to protect the highest point of the day. So they could be lowering their offers down into here. If it comes up, it could be a lower high, and they push it right back down, okay? So number one, I don't want to just buy, because I don't even see the buyers breaking above 50% here. And if I got to see blue volume kind of advancing out of here and closing above a little stronger than what it is now, because this could just be a little bit of a pullback and sellers could continue to push this thing down. So I'm going to wait for this bar to close. I'm patient enough to wait for 90 more seconds. Good. My spreads have gone down to the 0.4 where I like to trade in. Sultan, you're asking me to please explain the 9 EMA. I just did. Oh man, this is why it gets kind of annoying on YouTube. I just went through a couple minutes of explaining the 9 and the 200, and now you're asking me to explain the 9 EMA. So you gotta, pay attention. Pay attention. Guys, if you just listen, it goes a long way. It does, believe me. I know I talk fast, and I apologize, but these candles move fast, so I have to talk fast. And I try to answer your questions, and it's kind of annoying when you're not paying attention to what I just explained. Because not just for me, but for others on the call. And guys, these are pretty basic stuff. So when you're asking me what are pips, what are ticks, what's the spread, what's a 9 EMA? Like, these are pretty basic things that you can teach yourself. We're trying to teach a little bit more advanced stuff here. These are pretty basic stuff that, you know, you can just ask ChatGPT real quick, what is a 9 EMA? And it will explain it to you in a few seconds. And I understand it might be someone's first day here, and you know, like, I don't want to be an asshole to them, but it could be someone's 5th year here and they still don't know what a 9 EMA is. Okay, so I'm not assuming anything, but I'm telling you the things that are pretty basic that you can teach yourself. It's like when you're driving a car, you're learning to drive a car. You should know where the gas pedal is and where the brake is, or if there's a clutch on the car. Like, I know, yes, your first time driving, maybe someone needs to show you where the gas pedal is or the brake pedal, but I'm sure that this is something that, you know, is just common sense. When you get in a car, you'll see 2 pedals. One is to move the car forward, one is to stop the car. So same with trading. There's some basic things that you can learn on yourself. Okay, so now you see, we found a little bit of a bottom, okay? So I know someone's going to say, well, Ron, why didn't we buy? Why didn't we buy? I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know why I didn't buy. But now I'm not in the trade. So what I'm doing is I'm watching. It came down. Did any sellers close it below there? No. I see a wick, a wick, a wick. So it's still holding. Now I see the leg coming back up. Okay, so is it going to come all the way back up to the daily high? Is it going to break for a new daily high? Or is it going to come inside here and get rejected back down into here? Okay, so what I'm looking for now is a lower high. I want to see if these sellers are for real on this leg down. So what I'm looking for is maybe right here. Cutting, oh shit, not that. Cutting right here. Cutting this bar in half, and I already see it got retested right there. So this 4215. I want to see if this will hold up still as resistance. It didn't even tap into that red line. It's already got a wick, and sellers are trying to push it down right now. So if this kind of fizzles off all of this bullish volume, we're going to trade back into this consolidated box down in here. So now we got to see, there's the push down to see if these sellers are for real up here. And so far, they are. They're showing that they are rejecting this move right now. But this body of this candle has not closed. It still has 2 more minutes, and it's still a very strong open. So when it came down, it kind of picked up more pending buyers. It kind of refueled itself, and now it's coming back up to attempt to break the highest point of this candle and to maybe transact at that location right there. So this is what I'm waiting to see now, to see if buyers can advance it a little higher or if the sellers are going to hold this thing down and bring it down. Ricardo, I wish you were my teacher in school. No nonsense and straight to the point. Yes, that's how I am. I know, and some people like it, some people hate it. But I'm honestly, I'm telling you the truth. I would love if someone taught me this the way how I teach. Someone, if I made a mistake and then they just call me out and say, "What are you doing?" Like, that would have saved me thousands of dollars if they did that, you know, and I would have appreciated that. I wouldn't have been mad at them. If I screwed up, I want someone to tell me I screwed up. Be as honest as you can. I hope no one's getting their feelings hurt. This is trading in the financial markets. This is not, we're not doing Mickey Mouse. We're not watching cartoons here. This is for real for some people. Like, they are honestly gambling their paychecks. So I'm trying to be as brutally honest with these people to stop doing that. Like, you're gonna cause chaos with your family. I had a Zoom call with one of our members who might be going through a financial divorce because he kind of gambled away $100,000 of the family's life savings and never disclosed this with his spouse. And talking to me for me to help him get, because no one understands what he's going through. So there is people in real life that are going through a real trauma, but it is, I told him straight up, this is your fault. This is your own stupidity, and he acknowledged that. He knows that, but now he doesn't know what to do. So, guys, trading is not for playing games. Okay, you got to be very serious here. And it doesn't matter if you're trading a prop firm, your own money, or you're borrowing money. It doesn't matter. You have to treat it as it is hard-earned money, okay? Money doesn't grow on trees in the backyard. I wish it did, but it doesn't, okay? So you can't just play games here. If you're playing games, then your results will speak for themselves. If you take this serious, again, your results will speak for themselves. You'll start to see improvements if you're taking your trading serious. I'm not a mean person. Believe me, if you guys know me, I'm not a mean person. But when it comes down to this, I'm tough. I'm a tough love. I'm a tough teacher, okay? This is how I respected my teachers when I was growing up, that were the tough teachers. When I made a mistake in math, they corrected me right away. They didn't sugarcoat the situation. So I respected those teachers. The teachers that were more nice and lenient, yeah, they were nice to have, but I didn't really learn anything from them. So I apologize, guys. I'm not doing it to be rude to anyone, but I'm just trying to honestly help some people. And some of you guys that are just chaotic right now, what do we do? What do we do? I'm down. Just stop and learn. Did you go back and learn from any of your mistakes from earlier today, yesterday, last week? That's the problem. No one is going back and reviewing what happened, right? Let's say let's say you sold this candle right now. That was a black candle and you sold down there. And you're in drawdown right now on this leg up. Ask yourself, why did you sell there? There's the neckline, okay? We were just talking about, we want to figure out where the neckline is for the next leg coming back up. So if you sold down at the lowest point and you made a mistake, it happens. It happens. I make a mistake too. But you got to walk yourself through it and acknowledge you made a mistake and learn from it. So next time when you see this, maybe you're actually going to buy this leg up and not sell the lowest point, okay? But right now, look at the bulls are bringing it right back up. Now, is this a pattern that you recognize? Does anyone recognize this pattern? Okay, remember, trading is about pattern recognition. It doesn't matter if you are in a trade or not in a trade. We might be anticipating the next leg. Now, this is a clear pattern. The volume is trading pretty good. Okay, came up. We just had the leg coming down. So the sellers didn't really break it down. So it's still bullish. The daily bar still has a lot of bullish volume. It found the bottom right here. And now it's coming right back up. Okay. So with these buyers, can they continue to take it to today's daily high, the purple line? Will it make a new daily high? Are we going to continue trending up? Is it going to come up here? And then maybe sellers are going to push it back down into here. Are we going to get one of those clues? Is it going to break through here, be a fake out, get a wick, come back down, then pump it back down? Or is it going to be a legitimate close above there with a close and a retest and we're driving higher? Okay, so again, I'm waiting. We're 3 minutes away from noon. This is always not the best time to just take a trade. You know that there's going to be an hourly momentum shift in the markets. When? Someone's going to ask me, always at noon? No, every single hour. 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., always. Why? Because it's a new hour. There's hourly traders waiting to sell or buy, not just us as 1 minute, 5 minute trade. So we have to respect those hourly traders who are waiting for their hourly candle to open. You see this? This is an hourly candle that's closing in 90 seconds. So there's hourly traders that are just physically watching these hourly bars. They're waiting for this 60-minute candle to close, and they're looking either to continue to buy with the momentum or they're looking to sell it back down. So you got to respect when we go into a 30-minute candle, into a new hourly, into a new 4-hour, because momentum will shift, volume switches, new traders on different time frames come to play in the markets, right? So if I'm not in a trade with 1 minute to go before noon, I don't like taking a trade because watch. Okay, so look, we're coming up, it came back down, we're coming right back up. Let's see what noon does. Is it going to bring it right back down? Or is it going to advance it to continue to go back up? I'm still watching where this bar is going to close in the next 30 seconds. Is this blue volume closing above this cut line right here? Because if it does, this will momentarily be support going into noon. It might come down, catch a wick, and continue to go back up and test today's highest point. Someone said to me, Ron, when you wear your hat, you're tougher. When you don't wear your hat, you're more nicer. I didn't know that. I didn't see that pattern with myself, but maybe that's what it is. Okay? When Ron is tough, he'll put his hat on. I didn't even know that. Okay, so you see how it just opened up? Did it fill that previous wick to continue to go? It's a small doji candle, so it's opening with a little bit of indecision, okay? Maybe it's kind of cooling off up here and has a leg to maybe continue to push down. Jack, why do I always tell you smoke a joint? No. I'm not telling you to do that. I smoke joints, okay? That's me personally. It's legal here in Ontario, Canada, where I live. It's perfectly legal. I can go to the coffee shop and right next door is a cannabis store. I also have a reserve with the Aboriginals, the Native Indians, 5 minutes from my house. I can go right there and get what I need with my fellow natives and pay no taxes there and get cheap prices and good weed straight from BC Hydro. Love it. Shout outs to 24/7 Kush. They're my boys there. Tyson, thank you. Here's a shout out for you. If you guys are in London, surrounding area, please go support my boys out there. They'll get you whatever you need, but it helps me, not for you guys, okay? Because I don't even want to get into this, but it helps with focus. It helps with being disciplined. It helps with, I smoke high sativa. Indica more to go to sleep at night, but I don't smoke indica when I'm trading. That's my choice, you know? In Ontario, it's illegal. No, it's legal. We are allowed. The government has opened up shops and you can go and smoke just like you smoke a cigarette. Same shit. You're welcome to move to Ontario, but I'm telling you, the cost of living is crazy over here. Okay, and now we're going to start talking about weed. See how you guys get me off topic here. Now we got to figure out, is our consolidating area now up here? Okay, if I was to poll you guys now, do you think we're going to get one more move by the buyers looking to take out the highest point of the day? If that's what you're saying, say bullish in the chat. If you guys think that the sellers are going to continue maybe to push it down here, you say bearish in the chat. That's it. Bullish for this yellow line or bearish for this yellow line. That's it. Or the volume is just going to stay inside here and just continue to barcode in here with a blue candle, black candle, blue candle, black candle. Bearish. Okay, so a couple of you, bullish, bearish. Okay, so you see how it's kind of 50-50. Everyone is 50-50. And I understand why you're 50-50. Because we're right in this neckline. It could come down with the lower high. And we're right at the highest day. Yes, it could go bullish. But remember what I was saying? If these sellers are for real, they'll be shutting it down right here at a lower high, which they are doing right now. So this is a shooting star candle. It's the start of noon, so this is a new hourly candle. So let's see if this thing can maybe close below here. See when it came down, the buyers are still picking it right back up. We have this spin top candle. These are not the best candles to trade right now. They're good candles to observe. James, bullish. Bruce, bearish. So you see what I mean? It's basically like a coin toss, flipping a coin. So that's why sometimes we always got to look at the higher time frame or where we're trading at. We're trading at the highest point of the day. Is this where, you know, they're shutting it down and they're not allowing gold to get back up to the highest point of the day and break out? And this is where maybe they're going to start pushing it down. Okay? And then you can see the pattern is trading nice. Good, easy patterns to follow. Coming back up. Now we could be coming back down, right? And then that would be our neckline to break, and then we fill that wick, and then we're dropping down into the green box, and possibly right back to the opening price, unless they're protecting it right here at 4206. Okay, so that's a big bear candle. Now this is an impulse, right? It's closing in 30 seconds. You might get excited and take the sell right now, but what I would recommend is wait 25 more seconds. Let's see, will it actually engulf that and close below here? Can we be able to cut this candle in half? But if you want to go in, you can, but just understand you are going in on an impulse prior to it closing. So you could get a wick and shoot right back up. So here's the close now. Get ready, guys. looks like it's a bearish engulfing candle to start off noon. There's the close, okay? So cut line is like right here. It's got no wick, so it's continuing to break down. So let's see if it gets one more wick to come back up. However, this thing could just break down and start bleeding down. So I'm looking to see if it will come right back up. It looks like it's not coming back up. There's the wick, okay? So now it could be refueling and ready to continue to go down, okay? Right there. I'm going to go into sell because it kind of refueled itself and wants to maybe continue to break down, and I'm targeting the top of the green box to fill that wick down there and get down there and maybe advance a little bit inside there. My stop loss now. So I could just place my stop loss directly right above this 12 p.m. candle, or I could give it more room to breathe and just be above today's daily high, right up there, right? If I'm thinking that the sellers are going to be strong, if this comes back up, then I'm looking for sellers to protect this this position right here, because I can see that they came in kind of right here to protect, okay? So I'm in a sell, and you see how I got kind of, it came down, picked up those buyers, and going right back up now, okay? So I got to rely on the opening balance of this candle to continue to offer and push down. If this candle flips blue, then it's trading back inside here. It's going to go into drawdown, right? But we got to see if the sellers are still here. So I'm seeing if the sellers are here today to protect today's daily high and continue to push it down. I'm not saying I'm looking for the entire day to flip bearish, but just to bring it down into this zone and kind of get close to the opening balance and kind of just exhaust a little bit of this daily volume in here. And then this is a really, really important area here on the 5 minutes too, because that's where it kind of pivoted, where it stopped and the volume moved this leg back up with these 1, 2, 3, 4 blue candles. So I'd like to see if we can come back down, and maybe if a black candle can close below this pivoting point, then maybe we have enough room to continue to push down, okay? So this candle now is half exhausted. This is the first 2.5 minutes. So it went down, it came back up. The sellers are still there at the opening balance, and they are pushing it back down. But remember, when we're coming down, there's going to be buyers that push it back up. So we got to rely on higher time frame volume. This is where you can check your 15-minute. So look at the 15 minutes. They're nasty. They're barcoding. It could be a double top on the 15 minutes in 4 bars. Blue up, black down. Blue up, and black coming down. So that's what I mean. This is a big critical area if this sellers can continue to push this down, but the buyers are preventing it from breaking down. So we got nasty 15-minute candles barcoding, blue, black, blue, and I'm on this black candle to see if we can continue to advance down, but it got that nasty wick there. So there is still buyers here. So it's nasty on 15-minute time frame. It's trading a little bit better on the 5 minutes. If we look at the 30 minutes, okay, we have a 30-minute candle that just kind of opened up right now at noon, and we're coming down. But we have a big 11:30 wick to fill to get all the way down there, okay? And if we look at the hourly, remember what I said, momentum switches at the hour. So far, our hourly noon candle is bearish, but does it have enough to advance against this big bullish 11 a.m. candle? Okay, and then if it gets down to that red line, it's approximately 20 pips. That's when we can start reducing risk. But ultimately, I'd like to fill that wick and get down there. It would be about 50 plus into there. And this candle is going to close in 60 seconds, 1 more minute. So I'd like to close below this red line, because then if it comes up blue, at least this red line will represent 50% and maybe be the cut line or resistance going forward. Now we're pushing down to get into this right there, that point of interest right there, where those, yes, we broke it, that's good. But sometimes when you break these key levels, it gets a big wick and it kind of whipsaws right back up. So if we can continue to push down and close near the lowest point, maybe we can have a very short wick and we can open ignited and continue pushing down on the next bar. So this is a good bar, but you see, guys, where there's a lot of support right here. Okay, so now we got to watch going into the close. We have 18 seconds to go. Here's the close. So you see the cut line will be exactly that red line. Okay, there's the cut. Okay, open bullish ignited, small candle. There, they flipped it. So we have a shorter wick. So this could be sellers, when they flip it, they can fill that wick and continue to drop down. But it's still blue, it's a doji candle. So if it comes back up blue, 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 we're looking to retest that red line where I entered. That's representing 50% of that previous candle. But if it comes back up, we still maybe have protection where offers are being now lowered into this red line or this zone. There's the big bullish candle coming back up. So this is the retest point of right here. So we should see a wick if sellers are here and then continue to push this volume down. If the buyers break above here, then they're going to try and engulf this entire black bar and get it back up to the opening price and maybe try to advance it back into here. So this is going to be the big battle zone right here, and that's where that 9 EMA green line is. So we want to see if the short-term volume can continue offering right here and continue to push this cool this big bullish candle down and start to continue to bring it down. But this is where we got strong support here. Okay, so if I was to draw a green zone here, I know it sucks when we're in a sell to draw a green zone, but this is where I want to show you there is buyers. Okay, so if we break this down, we could really, advance it down, fill that wick and get down lower. Okay, because buyers came in there, that big bullish bar, buyers came in here and here, and again, they're coming in again. So now it's really going to test to see who is in control right now, the sellers or the buyers. Okay, so we got a wick at 50%. They're controlling it, right? That's what it's called, point of control. Those sellers are controlling this point currently. There's the rejection. So we flipped the candle, but again, it's coming back down to that opening balance. So these original buyers who bought this candle at open, they're still here. Now we flipped it black. So they're beautiful. We got a bearish pin bar turning into a shooting star candle. We've rejected the retest. Absolute perfect retest, and now we created a new lower low. So now let's see if we can get that 15-minute volume to continue now to redistribute. We have a perfect setup that, like, it doesn't get better than this. This is a double top in itself on 15 minutes. It went blue, black, blue, black. That's like an M, right? So now we just need this redistribution, and also this 15-minute candle is closing in 2.5 minutes. So if we can get 15-minute volume closing below this red line, we could maybe next 15-minute candle get the momentum. But right now, look at the fight. It's coming right back up. This is it's gross, but this is what happens when you're trying to break structure down. So you see it advanced down, but the buyers are bringing it right back up, and we're still inside here. So we got to follow the close in the next 2 minutes. It's exciting, guys. Trading is exciting. It can be exciting if you're on the right side, but it's also exciting, just going through this. Okay, if you're not over leveraged, I'm watching right now what's going on. I know when I took this trade, I've already calculated my risk. If I get stopped out, I know how much I lose. I'm not losing my entire home. I'm not betting my home on this. I'm not betting my kids on this trade. I'm just betting 0.25%. I can live with that if I lose that. I can live to trade another trade right after this, right? But we got to watch where it closes, because right now we have a dogfight between buyers and sellers right in here, and it's the closing of our 15-minute frame too. So this is a big technical area for gold right now today, this 42.10 area, 42.09. There's no volume, right? We need a nice big redistribution to the downside, but it could also be a redistribution to the upside as well, right? So, we got to see. Even our 15-minute candles are not giving us clear indication of where we're moving. It's at a very, very, very critical location. $30 more seconds to go into the close. So it's like a basketball game. This is the 24-second shot clock right now. Who is going to close the last 30 seconds? Who will have momentum going into the next candle? Sometimes it feeds off of the momentum where this bar closes, and then it will advance into the next bar. Get your popcorn, Rob. Yep. Extra butter right now. Okay, so close with a little bit of bullish volume. Okay, so you got to give it, 60-40 on that candle. But we're still trading in this green box, so I still understand that buyers could buy and bring it up. So if the sellers can really kind of look at, they opened it, ignited, if they can really push it down here, all of these buyers in here, they're stop losses are down in here. As a seller, I would love to come right through here, hit all those pending orders, and that's how I make some money. But also buyers want to flip it back up here because sellers have stop losses here and here and here, and they want to do the same thing. So remember, this is a new 15-minute candle. Now you see, I didn't close below there, so this could be an ignited, impulsive 15-minute candle that comes down here and breaks. Okay, I'm in the trade already, so I would love for a 15-minute impulse. But 15-minute traders could still be waiting because their bar never closed below. So they got to wait for this 15-minute to close. But I'm already in. So I would love now the redistribution to the downside right now. Like really make these buyers think about their position. Like just bleed it right through here. Okay. So coming down to those wicks is about 30 pips in profit. Okay. So we can start to, if you like, reduce your risk if you want. I put an excessive stop loss at today's daily high. I can lower it. I'm going to lower it right now. I'm going to reduce my risk to right on top of the white box. So I was up there at the daily high. Now I'm in the money. So I'm going to reduce my risk a little bit more. It's up 30 pips now plus. Okay. Remember, goal is to fill this wick right here. That's the goal. And I'm going to place a line there so we all see it. 4207. That's the last point that saved this move coming back up. So we really want to continue and break that. So if we break it, we can get 50 plus pips and create a new low in the market. And then this kind of M pattern with the lower high could play out and bleed it out. So this wick is saving the entire lower time frame bull market right now. And you see now how the wick on the daily is getting exhausted. Okay, and we cannot forget that white line is the opening balance right there. And we have not advanced with a black candle closing below here as of yet. I see a wick, a wick, a wick, a wick, a wick, and a wick. So if we get a 5-minute black bar closing below here, that could help us take it down further. So we got a nasty rejection when we created that new lower low, and buyers are bringing it back up, but now we have a hanging man candle back to the opening balance. So now it's testing the sellers who originally sold at the open of this 15-minute candle, and now it's flipping back up bullish, which could come back up and trade into here. Okay, but I've lowered my risk right there now, not being all the way at the top up there. Okay, so I could still go into drawdown, I could still get taken out, but I'm not giving it as much risk. Okay, so we're testing again 50% of that black candle, and we're still in this green zone still. So you can still see we broke down, but the buyers brought it right back up, and we have close to 90 seconds to go into the close. Man, and this 15-minute candle is killing us right here. So it came down and back up. These 15-minute candles are nasty. Holy shit. Bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, and now we're coming right back up. So maybe it will trade into 50% of the previous 15-minute bearish candle and maybe continue. We'll see if the sellers are there to push this thing down. I'm watching it on the 5 minutes. And I didn't do anything at 30 pips. Now the market might come back and punish me. However, I'm going to rely on to see if my sellers are still here. So this zone is still holding up strong for buyers, okay? We broke it down. A wick did some damage, but there was no follow through. There's absolutely no follow through. So the buyers now have the momentum, and it looks like it could be a double bottom now, okay? So there's the one bottom, there's the neckline, there's where we were trying to break right there, and then now the buyers have came back up, and it looks like a second bottom, but You know, there's the big neckline, and then once it breaks out, you see, that's why my stop loss is right there now, because I don't want it to continue to break out to the highest point of the day and then just drive. So that's as much a risk as I'm giving it. That's where I'll be stopped out of this trade. If the sellers aren't in here, they probably won't be up there. You're betting your lunch money? That's not good. What are you going to eat if you lose? You're going to have no lunch for the day. Hopefully you can afford a can of tuna. It's good protein, 30 grams of protein for $1. The best meal is a can of protein. Believe me. I was eating 5 cans of protein a day when I was grinding. I was betting all of my lunch, breakfast, and dinner money into the markets, and I was just eating cans of tuna. I love can of tuna. Throw some mayonnaise on it, some mustard, and some Frank's Red Hot. Oh, man. James, tuna's for cats. You hate that stuff? I love it. I love tuna. Okay, so we got a little bit of consolidation. We got some sellers still here trying to push this down. Again, they might come back and we transact in this green box again, but we got to give the benefit of the buyers are here. So we got to get a strong, you know, like bearish engulfing candle, maybe closing back below this green zone. But right now, when it comes in here, there's still buyers here. Our 15-minute candle is tough. This new one opened, came down, picked up, now coming back up. So it just kind of is trading into 50% of the previous bearish candle. So we got to see now if the sellers are here to kind of hold this volume down. If not, then it's going to break a little higher and then it's going to come through here. So guys, this is like a setup. If you don't like it, you know, you can get yourself out of it without realizing getting stopped up here. I'm still holding it. I'm not overly over leveraged on it, so I can continue to hold it. It's in a little bit of drawdown, but like my entry was right here. It's now back in the money. Okay, so it's basically break even right now. If you don't like the setup, then get out right now. If you think that this is going to continue to go up, get out right now. It's break even, and then I'm still in it. Okay, I didn't take out my 30 pips of profit. I'm still in. I'm still seeing if the 15-minute higher time frame, the sellers are still here and can just push this down. If we get a nice black closing bar below here, then that's where we could see the redistribution to the downside. But it's a fight between buyers and sellers right in this zone, in between 4212 and 4210. This little 20 pip range is dictating this daily candle is still holding right here. It is a tug of war, but I'm just giving you guys right now. It's at a break even. If you don't like the setup, get out right now. If you think it's going to go up, get out. You know, you don't have to continue to go with a bias that you don't believe in, right? Sometimes I exit the trade myself if I don't like what's going on. But I'm still holding it. It is in the money, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to make 5-10 pips. If I was, I would have closed down in here. I'm looking to see if this can continue to advance down and really respect this trend. So from the highest point of the day, connect point A to B, like right there. Let me just go right there. I'll make it kind of a different color so we can all see it. So we still have this descending kind of trend coming down. All we need is a nice conviction bar. Again, that one did not close inside here, so it's still strong. So this candle could, now we could flag blue and come right back up into here. God, I hate when gold trades or any security this slow like this. And then we're moving into 1230 soon. So we're going to get a new 30-minute candle. So what we can do is we can also look at higher time frame, the 30-minute candle. So this one was a very bearish 30-minute candle. Prior, 1130 came down and then got the buyers right back up. This one came up and we sold it, right? It came all the way down there, but now it's got some buyers bringing it right back up. So we still have a little bit of 30-minute volume, bearish volume still, to continue to push down or advance it on a next 30-minute candle, because this one's closing in 4 minutes and the volume is right at my entry point. So it's a tough call. And then when you look at the 15 minutes, the 15 minutes are just, it's if I was a 15-minute trader, you know, I would have boxed all this in. So it's blue, black. They pushed it down. We got the lower low, we got lower high. But we need a nice 15-minute black bar also to close below this green zone, and then they can redistribute to the downside. But this thing is still building. There's still a lot of buyers that are building it up that could break and attempt to break for a new daily high. So it's in a tough area right now. It's basically a coin flip at this point in time. And then we got half the candle to go, 2.5 more minutes, okay? And then we're going into that new 30-minute candle. So that's, again, where momentum will shift. It could open bullish and next 30-minute go back up. We could close strong on this one, and then next 30 minutes goes into our favor and continues to push down. But it's going to be very, very difficult to predict this until this candle closes. Again, I'm just going to warn everyone. It's basically at break even. If you don't like the setup, now is the time to get out, okay? I'm just putting that disclaimer out there for everyone. I'm still in the sell, but if you don't like it, then get out or reduce your risk. Okay, so we got good volume again coming down, but you know this green box is a green box for a reason. Okay, it came back up, but that's a lower high. So I know that the offers are coming down, right? That's good. We are descending. It's like an airplane going down, but we just haven't had a solid close of volume below here. So there's a ton of buyers in this area. So it's hard to get through all of these pending orders. We need like a real strong, liquidation to come down in here. Maybe we could get it possibly on the next 30-minute candle. But when we come down here, higher low, still the depth of market is building against us, right? So we're in that kind of consolidated phase where there is buyers, there's sellers. There's buyers, there's sellers. There's buyers, there's sellers. There is constant accumulation. Eventually, we're smart. It's not going to just stay in here all day today. Eventually, if more buyers accumulate more, then obviously it could go up and then test the daily high up there, and I'm stopped out. If more sellers are accumulating and come down here and kind of close it with conviction below here, we'll flip that green box red, and then maybe we get the redistribution to the downside and we win, right? That's how it's going to work. Or it's just going to stay again and just keep bouncing around in here. It's going to frustrate you and I, but welcome to the world of trading. Okay, so here's the close. 2, 1, close. Bearish ignited to start. So sometimes when it just opens like that and comes down, it catches a quick wick and will return back up bullish. But we still have retest points. That's a great candle. So with that bearish ignited new 30-minute candle, is this the one that could be the redistribution and fill these wicks and really bleed it out? I would love that. I would welcome that if that's the case. Okay. So remember, it opened bearish ignited, short wick, we're popping, but we got a job to do. We got to fill that wick, 4208.68, and then we definitely, that's the big wick right there. So if it comes down and catches a higher low, unfortunately, then you're going to see it come back up, but we have to rely on our ignited open on this candle to continue to offer, and continue to push down. Okay, this is a new 15-minute candle as well. So that last 15-minute candle was a spin top that closed with bear volume. I would give that 49.51 benefit to the bears. And this one now just opened bearish ignited. So you see, it wants to come down here and fill these wicks, but a nice 5-minute candle closing below here will really kind of, solidify the short term. But man, is this ever tough. Okay. Guys, I entered right here at 4212. So I'm in the money, again, 25 pips. Am I making a mistake not taking out? I kind of want it to bleed out. Maybe I'm getting real stubborn, and that's just me. But I've been in this trade waiting for this thing to break down. Oh, my goodness. So it came down, caught that wick, coming back up. So if this candle flips blue, you guys got to know. We're going to test 50% of that volume, maybe the retest area or the bigger area up in here. Oh, nasty shit. Can we just get one black candle closing below here? Holy. So it flipped blue. Okay. So that flipped. So now is the retesting point of that closing bar, 50% right there, right where my cursor is. Can it hold this volume down? Sergio, you love the play-by-play. It's stressful. Yeah, it is. It is, man. It is. But that's why it sucks when you're trading like sideways volume. Oh my God. That's why I love trending volume. It's so much easier to watch and trade. And oh man, this is why I get headaches. This is why I get migraines staring at this shit on a daily basis. It's not easy, but we can't change the volume, guys. I wish we could turn up the volume, like music. We turn it up, we turn it down when we need to, but we got to continue to go with our bias, manage our risk, and let the market play out how it's supposed to play out. But I can't tell you the significance if we get a black bar closing below right here. And this one is going to close in 60 seconds, okay? So we did peak down here. But as soon as we did, the buyers were pending and brought it right back up. But we didn't really advance with a big bullish candle so far, so it's still a bear spin top consolidating down here. I'll take that. I would have loved to take a candle closing below here, but I'll take a bear spin top. But, the closing balance will dictate. Now it's a bullish pin bar, could go into a hammer, could engulf this volume, then one more bar is another blue bar coming back up here. So I follow it right into the close. I follow it now the last 30 seconds. This is when I'm really dialing in, seeing how it closes, where it closes. Okay, so sellers are still here, pushing it back down. Now you're going to start to see like big movements. This is the volatility going into the close. So you see how it came down, then it went back up blue, and then it goes back up blue, then might come back down black. That's triggering all pending orders in the close of this candle. So here's 9 seconds, 8 seconds. So we'll see how it closes. So it closed last second blue, right? So you got to give the benefit to buyers just a tad bit. It's not like a 90-10. It's like a coin flip. 55-45 buyers were in control of that candle, but now it opened. Sellers tried to bring it down, coming back up. Again, this is those small doji candles that are just the first 30 seconds kind of building. Who will continue to take this? So it's buyers right now, bringing it right back up, testing again, higher locations. So it's still nasty in this green box, right? So there's still a lot of buyers accumulating inside here. We still have our structure above us, but it's difficult to break this. So again, it's basically, if it comes down again to break even here, you guys can make your decision, or you can get out right now with a small loss. If you don't like this, because it could now start driving up and attacking a lot of sellers' stop losses all up in here. I hate this type of volume. My God. And we're one more hour away from COMEX market closing. The hours of COMEX Commodities Exchange is 8:20 a.m. Eastern and closes 1:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. Okay, so there's going to be some additional volume coming in near the close of COMEX, and going to see, will gold continue to make it to the daily high and break out, or are sellers holding it down from the daily high with lower highs there? Maybe another lower high inside here, and maybe, oh man, I would love for that close below 4210 and then get that redistribution to the bottom, but it's still a strong daily candle. And if we look at the higher time frames, again, 15 minutes, just playing games. Blue, black, blue, black. We did break down there, but then this one came down and then opened back up bullish. Okay, so it's still trading in the point of control of that previous 15-minute candle at noon. So it's still right inside here. If we look at the 30-minute, now the 30-minute is coming trading into the point of control of that previous 30-minute candle. If we look at the hourly, we had a nice drop on that 1 hour, but now it's got a good wick coming right back up. So, man, we're basically consolidating on all time frames, on 5 minutes, 15, 30, and the hourly. And we're basically at a situation where buyers could break it out of here, and that's the maximum risk I'm giving it. Why? Because I don't want the daily candle to continue to break out and be a new daily high. That's as much risk as I'm giving it. That's as much as I'm going to give my money to the market to bet on if there's sellers here to hold this thing down. If they're not inside here, I'm not going to continue just to raise my stop loss and hope for the best up there. If they're not there, all those buyers are targeting that daily high and want to break it out of there. I want no business being in that trade, right? So we had multiple attempts, sellers to, advance it down there, but just shows the strength of where the buyers are. So this candle is closing in 1 more minute, and then if it closes above all of this structure, that's a tough candle to push back down. Okay, so then I'm going to cut it in half, and I got to respect the buying volume of that candle. Why don't I trade Euro USD? Because I don't. That's it. That's the simple answer. I don't. Okay? There's no other question. I can ask you, why don't you trade gold? Why don't you trade US30? Why don't you trade NASDAQ? Why don't you trade GBP USD? Why don't you trade USD JPY? It's just my preference. That's it. That's the simplest answer I can give you. That's all. If that's not a good answer, I don't know what else to tell you, but that's a truthful answer. I don't trade it. Why? Because I make money trading gold. I make money trading US30. It's good enough for me. And I used to trade USD GBP USD and Euro USD back in the day. I just don't like how currency moves. It moves too slow for me as a scalper. So I prefer trading these securities. Okay, so there was a little bit of a rejection. The volume still closed below, you know, this little minor trend line we have. But the volume now is above it now. So even if we have to trade into it, if we come back down bearish, you know, where I opened the position, like kind of in here, there's 50% of that candle. Okay, so it's got to come back down, and then we're trading back in this green zone here. So again, I'm in a little bit of drawdown, right? So I'm in 10 pips of drawdown. Again, if I don't like this, I can close this trade right now. Realize 10 pips of drawdown, and then just catch my mind again and refocus. Otherwise, I got to continue to hold this shit, right? Or what I could do is, you know, I could start reducing my risk to this red line. And then if I do get tapped out, I'm tapped out right there. But it's a small doji candle just hanging around here. So can we get some sellers continue to bring this thing back down? Or are buyers building it to break it through here? Yeah, this volume sucks, Sherry. Low volume, lunchtime volume. This is the lunchtime lull in trading. It's not easy, okay, guys? I'm telling you the honest truth. Even buyers, it's not easy for buyers too, because buyers wanted to advance it out there, didn't happen. They wanted to advance it out there, it didn't happen. They wanted to advance it out there, it still could potentially come down. So buyers are getting frustrated just as much as sellers, but you can control your frustration by using proper sizing. That's it. If you're over leveraged, I guarantee you're going to panic. But that's something that you're going to have to figure out as a trader. Everyone has different risk appetites. And we have another 90 seconds to watch this bar close. We didn't even look at US30 or NASDAQ today, man. Guys, I'm sorry. They're not doing much either. Like, look at US30, NASDAQ, not much either, guys, okay? So it's just a tough time in the markets right now. It's lunchtime on Wall Street. We have this COMEX approaching closing time. We're not getting the greatest volume right now. It happens. It happens. I don't make excuses for the volume. I don't. The only thing I got to do is control my risk. That's it. So I entered this trade right here, you know, like on this leg coming down, which was in profit, but it didn't really do what I wanted it to do, to break down for that next leg. So this is the supporting level that's still holding gold, coming back down, holding it, going back up, still holding it. So buyers are still here. They're still tough. They're tough to break down. So if you have a bullish bias, you guys are good as well, because it could just start advancing right through here, and then you got to target that highest point of the day. And this candle's closing in 15 seconds. It basically hasn't even moved anywhere. Okay, that's the highest and the lowest point of this candle right now. So it's one of those inside spin top doji bars. It's basically virtually right at the opening balance with no range. So it's one of those coiled up candles that's just coiling up here. And then now it advances it on the next candle with the bullish ignited bar here. Okay, so I'm going to lower my stop loss to this red line. If I get clocked out, I'm going to get clocked out just above here, okay? So I'm lowering because I don't want that big explosion out of here. So I've lowered my stop loss right here. I'll verbally let you guys know as soon as I get tapped out. I'm just right above this red line. Okay, I got tapped out. That's good enough. I've seen enough of this trade. So I got stopped out right there, guys. Okay, so I lost 25 pips on that trade, and I'm out. So it is what it is. But I see now the sellers are not here anymore, so I don't want to just sit there and wait like a sitting duck for them to come after me. I will realize 25 pips of a loss. I originally had above here and above here, but I've seen enough. No sellers are here. I give the respect to the buyers, and they could advance it out of here for a new daily high. Okay, so this zone, this one, we literally saw how strong this zone is. Okay, so if we're looking to buy pullbacks, I would recommend we wait for volume to come back inside here, anywhere in here, and you buy back through here. Okay, otherwise, if you're looking to sell, I would wait for something to happen at the daily high. If there's something, they spike the liquidity, then bring it back down. Or you physically wait for a black bar to close below here where it tried there, it tried there, it tried there, there, and failed. So if you get a black bar coming down later on and closing below there, that could be the time when they redistribute to the downside. Right now, it's not happening. So unfortunately, I took a loss. But I don't know if you guys understand. When I originally took the trade, I had my stop loss above there. Then as it was going down, I brought it a little lower right there. Then I brought it right there. So that's lowering your risk in another words to say it like that, okay? Some of you guys might be those traders that set your stop loss in TP and you leave it. I'm not that type of trader. I go with how the market is moving. And I look at it as if I can save some pips, that's good. Why give them away to the market? Because I could use those additional pips that I saved to get those 25 pips that I just lost. I could get them back. That's the way how my brain operates in trading. Because if I was still in this, I'm giving more back to the market, where I can be a man, acknowledge that I made the wrong decision, get out, save some pips, and then go in for another trade with the pips that I saved to recover those 25 that I lost, and then it's back to a break even. And you know, that's how I go about trading. I gave this over an hour, this entire call, to break down. Sellers convincingly couldn't break it down. So you see on the 15-minute candles, now they're returning it right back up. And sometimes just for peace of mind, getting out of a trade where it's trading like this is just for peace of mind too. Like, to sit and watch this all day is it's so frustrating that, you know, sometimes just getting out. That's why I said, guys, when it was at break even, if you guys don't like the setup, get out, because you didn't have to go through that, you know. And then I look back. I could have taken out at 25, 30 pips. I didn't. That's what it is. I could have, when it went down to 30 pips, 25 pips, went to a break even. I didn't, right? Because I was looking for that bigger move. Sometimes when you got bigger moves in mind, shit like this happens. Normally when I'm scalping, I'm 20 pips and I'm happy, but I'm trying to extend it to like 50 pip moves with this type of volume in today's market. And sometimes it gets you. There goes the lunch money. Me too. I'll be eating can of tuna for the next 4 days. My lunch money is gone. So me and you, can of tunas. I'll buy you a can of tuna. It's on me. What else is good to when we're on a budget? What are those soup in those plastic cans? In the plastic. What are they? Oh shit, what are they called? I used to eat those when I was in high school. Ramen noodles. Yeah, just pour some hot water. Those are good. Ramen noodles and tuna. That's what I'll be eating for the rest of the week. I lost all my lunch money on that trade. Guys, okay, I know some of you guys just see Ron took a loss. That's it, okay? But do you guys understand like the entire trade breakdown? Do you guys understand why I got out there? I lowered my risk because look at, if I'm still in this now, I'm taking a bigger loss, and you're giving unnecessary pips to the market. That's an additional 25 pips that I would have given to the market. But I feel good now that I conserved those 25 pips, and then next trade I could apply those to get my 25 pips that I lost behind. That's being very smart in trading. I know some of you guys will say, Ron, that's not smart. You just took a loss. Okay, you're going to take losses in trading, but do you see how I prevented myself from taking a further loss? More mature and experienced traders will understand this as opposed to just beginning traders. And I'm not saying this to disrespect anybody, but you will understand this concept as you get more and more educated on trading, that protecting your capital is the most important thing. Not just placing stop losses and waiting for the market to come after you, because the market will come after you. It doesn't care where your stop loss is. It will eventually come and find you, okay? So when I look at this and I review this, what I see is I sold this leg, that was coming down. It didn't close, but I was up 30 pips. Why did I not do anything? That's one thing. Another thing is when it went down to the 30 pips, why didn't I take my stop loss, go to break even? That's another thing that I can look at. And then when it came back up and then it was just playing around with break even, why didn't I just close out the trade right there and then just walk away, come back at another time? I could have done that there. I didn't. But then the last thing I did was I moved my stop loss from up there earlier when I went in profit. I was just above here. And then I lowered it when I saw that this bullish candle opened and was coming up. I put my stop loss right there. So right there I got stopped out and I saved myself this move, which could even go even higher. Okay. For some of you guys, maybe you'll understand it. Others, I hope that live educating can explain it. That's the only way, because if I did this like a webinar after the fact, no one is going to understand it, okay? And now when you look at the overall pattern, you see this. It came down, bottom. This is that neckline. All of this garbage that we were trying to break down there, consider that to be one bottom now. And then there's the double bottom coming up. You had the blue candle close above. So bulls are in control now. So any pullbacks back down into this green box, this could be pending with buyers now, relocating inside here. And when it pulls back in here, 42.11, 42.10, that might be a nice pullback buy to take it back up to break this daily high if this doesn't do it on this leg up, okay? And then for sellers, any black bar that closes below here, that could be where the momentum switches and then gold sells off. It might be later today, it might be in the Tokyo session, it might be tomorrow, but this is where I place an alert. 42.10, right click, add an alert here. And then all of my other areas, I just clean up. Reason being why I placed an alert there, because I know later on, if this black volume does eventually come down there, I'll get alerted again. I could either buy on that alert to take it back up, or if I watch it and it closes back below there, then I know it could come back in. This zone would be red, because I'll flip it red, and then maybe it does this, and then comes back and sells off, okay? But right now, it's not happening. It's still bullish. I tried on that attempt, didn't happen. Buyers are stronger. And now it's coming to test the major neckline right up there. That was that original bullish move that couldn't break the highest point of the day. It came down, back up, came down, built up a little bit, and now it's coming right back up with that volume. So now it's going to dictate whether gold is going to break a new daily high, and then you got to watch for clues up there. You know the three things that can happen up there. It could be a big blue candle breaking, closing above. We'll flip this zone green. It might consolidate here, respect that, and then you got a new daily high and you buy, right? Option 2, it comes through there and is an impulse break. And then it gets rejected and it's a big wick and it closes back below there. That red box is still intact. And then I know with a liquidity grab, and they spike the highest point of the day, that could be a good selling opportunity up there to bring it where? All the way back down to this green box. And when it gets to that green box, you got to respect it because the buyers are there. They showed us this entire call. So why would they not be there? So if you're selling, you got to know you're selling in, close your position because buyers could be bringing it right back up. Unless, again, it closes below there and you follow what I just said. And then the third and only other option is if it comes and trades in here and then it just goes back down. That's it. But I don't have the time and patience to watch this anymore. And now, like clockwork, we're going into 1 p.m. So let's see if 1 p.m. will take out the highest point of the day. Are they preventing it from getting up there? You know, we're trading like right there, cut of this big bearish candle. That's it. There's the resistance. Again, resistance still holding here. And man, I would continue to trade this, but it's too frustrating. I know this is frustrating volume. This is when I like walking away or looking at US30 or NASDAQ. I apologize, guys. I'm sorry, you know. Well, actually, I shouldn't apologize. It's trading, right? But shit happens. You can't win them all. I was in profit, and I just got a little greedy. That's all it is. With that 30 pips, I could have bought 30 cans of tuna. Danny, now I got to resort to Campbell's soup. Campbell's soup is expensive, isn't it? Alphabet soup. Back to craft dinner and alphabet soup. And guys, just an update on tomorrow's schedule. I canceled the what you call it here, the post New York, because I'm gonna do a New York session because my wife informed me I got to go to the barber and get cleaned up because it's her work party later that evening. So I got to get to the barber. Boss says I got to get cleaned up. I got to get trimmed up my beard because she doesn't want me going looking like a werewolf at her work party. So this I changed. We're gonna join. We're gonna jump in at 7 a.m. and we're gonna go till 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay. So we moved it. We had a post New York. We were gonna start 11. So I canceled it and we're gonna start tomorrow New York session. Not at 6, 7 a.m. Okay. We'll get in quick top down and we'll watch gold going into COMEX. Then we'll do NASDAQ US30 and we'll watch Wall Street and then we'll wrap it up right at 10. Okay. Alexander, what's my IG? We have two IGs. Instagram, Stock Sniper Trading is Stock Sniper Trading at Stock Sniper Trading. Then my personal Instagram, if you guys want it, is Sniper Ronnie _FX. And if you guys want to join on Instagram, you guys are welcome on there. You guys can DM me on my personal. Make sure it's the blue check mark one, because there is a couple out there that are not me and they're just, you know, scamming people. So make sure you see that blue check mark. Sniper Ronnie _FX. I don't have a lot of followers. I don't really share too much my social life, but you guys are welcome. You guys are all friends, family here, I assume. And if you need to message me or SST, Stock Sniper Trading, or you can message me personally. So that's the way the cookie crumbles today, guys. I'm gonna go take a break. I'm gonna go take out my frustration on a can of tuna and go in and get a good workout right now. And you know, it is what it is, guys. I hope you guys had some fun. Hopefully you guys learned something. You know, you're going to be trading this volume yourself too. It's not just when we go live. It's tough volume, but in my opinion, the bulls won this, but they haven't really won yet because they haven't taken out the daily high. So yes, they advanced it up here, but the sellers could bring it right back down, right? So nobody really won this. Like, yes, we did take a trade. It went down 30 pips. And then buyers are bringing it right back up for 30 pips. And it's just bouncing around here. So in my opinion, it's still kind of consolidating. Nobody really won. Buyers never won. Sellers never won. it will really dictate who wins. Whoever closes like below here, like this is what will dictate who wins today's volume. Whatever happens up here, okay, at the daily high will determine who wins the battle today. And also this zone right here, which the sellers could not close it below. So if I could just get rid of everything, these are the kind of zones really to focus on, is where I have these neutral areas, like right here, above here, who will control this area, and also below here, you see the buyers, they maintain that. I tried to break down that, didn't happen. So right here, whoever kind of dictates down into here and here. So what I like to do there is, when I figure this out, just cut it in half, that area, 42.20. That's that psychological number, add an alert. So I'm alerted if anything happens at today's daily high. And also maybe just right in here, 42.08, I'm going to alert myself if something happens in there. So I can now go to work out right now. I can go into the gym. I can make some lunch. I can allow the buyers and sellers to fight this shit out in here. And I will come in and look for some smart trades up here or back down in here. So I've set myself up with 2 alerts, and I'll let the volume do whatever it wants to do inside here. I don't want to participate in this garbage anymore. I will participate if volume gets back up in here, look for some clues at today's daily high, or if volume comes back down in here, look for some clues in there. That's personally how I go about trading, because I don't want to sit at this computer all day for the rest of the afternoon, right? It's time to take a break, go to the gym, but I have alerts set. They come to my mobile. I can take my laptop in my garage with me where I have my gym in there, and I can work out, listen to some music, and let the volume naturally come back to me, and hopefully I can make my 25 pips back that I gave away. And that's my goal. Everyone says, well, Ron, what's your next goal? My goal is now, for the next trades that I take, whether it's later today, it's Tokyo session, it's tomorrow morning, is to recoup the 25 pips that I just lost, because that's lost liquidity in the markets. So I need to get that back. And when I get that back, I know I'm back to break even. Then I know that I'm back to break even, then I can look for my next trade, and hopefully my next trade could be a profitable one where I go up at 25 pips, right? So that's how I go about trading. Someone does it different. So someone says, well, run 25 pips. Maybe I'm looking for 50 or 75. That's fine. That's what I don't trade like that. When I take a loss, my next job as a trader is to recover my loss. And now I get a little bit more disciplined. So I don't want to trade this garbage, because I know if I trade in here, I'm just playing ping pong with the market, and that's what they want. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to remain smart, stay looking for something up here or here. If gold wants to continue to just trade up, down, come up, maybe go back down, maybe go back. I don't want to engage in this because it's too frustrating. I know something will happen at today's daily high. That's a good clue to look for up there. And I know something will happen down here. So it's a good clue to wait down in there. So just wait for the volume to naturally come down here. That's the patience and discipline that is required to continue to trade. Because if you continue trading this, I guarantee you, I'm telling you, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to make some mistakes in here. You're going to get mad. You're going to revenge trade. You're going to overtrade. And this is not good. We tried. For the life of us on this call, we tried to break down there. It wasn't happening. So don't force trades in this. I'm telling you guys. Best thing to do is walk away. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern. Another thing, guys, thank you for everyone that subscribed to our YouTube channel. We hit 90,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. We're on the road to 100,000 in the next few months. Hopefully we can get there with your help. Guys, everything on our free Telegram channel is pinned at the top of YouTube for you guys. All of the live links, sessions with Dave over here. Shout outs to all of you guys. You know how some trades play out, how they don't, right? I was looking for that very similar trade, that M I sold today, that second. But right there, last night we had that big flush, and that's what created the move down. Today we didn't have it on today's session. Remember, I sold that leg coming down right there, and it struggled to close below. We didn't get that flush. That's what I was looking for. So shit like this happens, guys. I wish I could move the markets in our direction on every single call. It's not easy, but that's trading. You win some, you lose some. There is some break evens. You're going to learn something, but just manage your risk. That's all I can say to everybody across the board. If you can't manage your risk in trading, then unfortunately your losses are going to hurt more than they hurt like myself. I'm not damaged by that loss I took today. You know what I mean? Where other traders are over leveraged and then they blow up accounts. If you do that, it's on you. It's on you. And then now, like, there is volume coming down. So you see that the buyers never advanced it to the highest point of the day. So these sellers are still here protecting it and bringing it down. So I'm waiting now for the volume to come down into here. Yeah, now sometimes, you know, it happens, but it could just come down and go right back up, right? I don't want to play this game. I've had enough. But thanks, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Make note, tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern. And sorry, I didn't go over today's blog because I know some of you guys were not interested. You said when I was going to read it, I'm not interested in getting the charts. Fine. But this is all about stock splits today. If you're interested in learning about what are stock splits, if you want to kind of advance your trading and learn more about the stock market and learn what are stock splits, go and enjoy this blog over here, okay? We'll see you guys tomorrow. Everyone, God bless. We'll see you guys 7 a.m. Eastern. Enjoy your Thursday night. We got Dallas Cowboys football tonight against Detroit Lions. Guys, another thing, I am going to tonight's game. So I got to wrap up tonight's call right now because my nephew is coming to pick me up at 2:30, and I'm going just last minute to Detroit to watch Dallas. So guys, tomorrow we'll see what type of condition I'm in to do the early call tomorrow. But Ron's a trooper. I might be back late, like coming back 2, 3 a.m. Eastern. I might pull an all-nighter, and we're back in it with you guys tomorrow. But we'll see this. Cowboys, big game. It's a big game against the Detroit Lions. This is a huge game. Big game. So I'll be there, guys. Shout-outs to everyone in Detroit. If you guys want to come to the game, come visit. We'll see you guys there. Have a good day, everyone. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. God willing, I'm okay to do the call tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern, right after the call. I'm not driving today. My nephew's driving, so I'll be sleeping in the car on the way back. But we'll see you guys. Have a good night. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Enjoy the rest of the day. Have a good day, Justin. Take care. Have a good day, Eli. See you guys. Well, all right. First game didn't break down.
Recording stopped.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Number Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.